Hi everyone, this is Dawn Marie with Creative DME Designs, and the other day I put up how to take apart a little golden book, Alice in Wonderland. I'm doing this for an exchange with an old friend. She better not be watching this. So I showed you how I took that apart. Now, what I've done since then is that I did go ahead and tea dye a whole bunch of stuff. As you can see, this is my little thing. You can see I tea dyed this. And how I got these little models is that at the Dollar Tree, they have this super fine espresso. It's in a little tiny container. I'll see if I can get mine. Yeah, I can get mine really quick. It's on my cart right next to me. This espresso right here is super fine, and you can actually blow it onto your wet paper and it will give you spots. So I didn't use my fingers because my fingers were wet from making it. So I used one of these. Can you see it there? I used one of these and dug it out and then blew onto my tea dyed paper because I had already had it in a tea dyed bath. So yeah, I did a bunch of tea dye. I went through everything I had and found things that relate to it. A lot of tea cups, tea pots, paper from multiple different companies that once you look at it, you can say, oh yeah, that'll go with Alice in Wonderland. So I did that yesterday and last night. And then last night, after the tea dye was dry and it was like 9 o'clock, I was like, well, let me just start splitting things up. One of the things with the little golden book that I found, because I tea dyed it, is that when they were wet, there was a little tiny serrated line down the center of each page. So as soon as they got wet, they broke apart. You couldn't keep one as it was. I believe that's because it's a new one. The older ones that I've ever torn apart and tea dyed, I never had that problem. So I just wanted to let you all know that the newer books do have little serrated dots down them. I'm sure it's so that the binding can get pressed thinner. So that was a problem with tea dyeing it. And this is what happened. Now, I was up until 2:30 yesterday morning do this. I made 3 signatures. They're basic. They're not, how I did it is I took this book and this book, separated all the pages, tea dyed them. I did not tea dye my set from Stamperia because it already sort of has some tea dye on it, and I do have spray if I want to get it modeled or anything. But this was going to be my basic set. Mixing things up, I actually like that because you get different textures. So I haven't cut the cards and stuff out yet. Maybe, depending on how long this video is, we can get to that. So this is the first page from Stamperia. Of course, you'd sort of want the little golden book one first, but the way I had to break them down, I took in, it was 12 pages, the golden book. So I broke it down into 4, 4, 4. And then I took the second book and matched those pages into the part that the golden book had. Now, the 2 stories were different, even though they were the same story. Some weaved in things from Through the Looking Glass, and some didn't. So you'll see that I am able to get things matched up as best I can. And then there's the first page of the Alice in Wonderland. You will see I had to tape every single one together, but that's good because then I can have a page that's the book page and another piece of paper together. I did use my Beacon Fabri-Tac on my washi tape. So, just so you know. So this is the first page or the first set from the Golden. And then this is the next set from the Golden. I'm going to cover this, but I wanted to get this fold out in, and this was actually from the 5-minute story. And I had tea dyed this. This had a little bit of a shine to it, so it definitely tea dyed differently. And I really love these purples. Love, love, love those purples. So that's a pull out or a flip out. And then I pulled it to here because this was Golden. This was 5-minute. I liked this. Plus I had this paper, just this one sheet of paper sitting around for the longest time, and I wanted to find the perfect thing for it, and it practically matches the purples in this. So I took and cut that page apart because it had extra writing on it that didn't match with this here. Can you see it all? There we go. So yeah, and then I cut that out and put it there. And once again, I had to use washi tape to stick it together. This one, I'll be able to make a writing page, make a collage on it. The key is here, so I'll probably be able to put some of the keys that I've collected, you know, from different papers and different stickers and like the doorknobs, you know, stuff like that on this page. This is from Golden, and this is from Golden. Now, I did like the story of why she cried better in the 5-minute story time, but I was unable to work it into this. But I liked this picture, so I made it a belly band, and this sort of looks like waves. So, that's why I did that. And that's the end of the first signature. No, actually it isn't. That's the back page. This is the back page of the first signature, and it's got a lot of space to do stuff with, because I wasn't able to put as much extra paper in this signature. I did end up adding this page and that flip out, which is from multiple different companies, but once you tea dye them, they go together very well. And I didn't want to miss any of the Stamperia paper, so I used that portion and flipped it over and added it that way. So that's the first one. Here's the second one. My two favorite characters out of every single book is Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Now, I do have the vintage book, and in here, Tweedledee and Tweedledum actually come in through the looking glass, and they have a very a chapter that is one of my favorite chapters again, where they talk about, I can't remember, I think it's 150 or something like that. Yep. Where they talk about they have this really long poem that they say, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And so I think somehow I'm going to work this into that area. This poem right here, which has a picture that goes with it, I think I want to work in, my dad used to say this poem to me. So I did want to get that in there, but neither of the books had this portion other than the picture of Tweedledee and Tweedledum. So somehow, somewhere, I'm going to work this in, and I'll be able to show you as I go how I'm working things in. And so that's when I'm going to go to this book. This book also has some really good pictures in it, which I hope to pull out. And some of the ways that they do things in here, like having special spoken things or special poems, or the way they write things is the graphics in here is great. So I probably will do, like, they have all of the little poems that are set in it, which are in neither of the books that I used, in different fonts. So I'll probably work those in, and I absolutely love this cover, but because it's a Little Golden Book exchange, I have to use the cover from the Little Golden Book. Like I said, that was my story about Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And then these I kept the same together because I really couldn't find anything other that went with this. In the 5-minute story time, she did not go to Rabbit's house a second time. And she actually grew like this. I don't know, the way it was written was different. I wanted to stick a page in here because the rabbit right here is from the Stamperia. And it's when she's saying it's late. And this was the best I could do about the rabbit saying it was late in here. So I added it in that way. And this one right here, I actually made as a big, huge one. So I can put some pages from the old book in there. I really wanted to put an extra section in here for the flowers. I love these flowers. I'm still thinking about it. I may actually do a watercolor myself and get it tucked in here somehow. I can always do a flip or a up and down or whatever, but I'm still thinking about what to do with these pages. These are, again, from the Golden. Second favorite character, the Hookah smoking caterpillar. I plan on this paper and then this paper. I thought that looked sort of funky there. I've had this paper for a very long time. I plan on doing a mushroom psychedelic picture on the back here to go along with that. This will probably be a writing page because there was something about the caterpillar in the 5-minute story, but it wasn't a cute caterpillar. It was just a squiggle line. I wasn't very impressed with that. Sorry, illustrator. This is the final one. This is the biggest one because, of course, this is where the picnic comes in. This side, which flips to, you'll get to the end, but you'll see why this is from the 5-minute story and why I had to do some of this. I also do have an amazing sticker that I'm going to put here of her elongated. I think that comes from the Antiquarian book. If not, it comes from the Bibliophile book, which are probably the best sticker books in the world. I'm already on my second set of both. Golden, and this is from the Stamperia. The one thing about the Stamperia, she's not wearing a headband, but if you see that they put her little cowlick or whatever so far back on her head, this picture I think looks funny because of that. I think it should have been put up just a little bit, but if you look at some of the older pictures, that's where her hair crown cowlick is, but I think it's funny. I love the cat in the 5-minute. I don't know if you can see that really well. So I did put him here, and in the 5-minute it says, in this circumstance, mad means a little bit crazy rather than angry, which I thought was really cute. So I did put that on a flip out. And then I did some jerry-rigging here to get, because I wanted the tail to come over it. and there was a hole here because I just took the pages and folded them over. So I did decoupage some extra green in there, and this came from, I believe, the cover of the book. So I just added that in, figuring the greenery all makes it look okay. This is the Cheshire Cat in the Golden Book. Now this comes to probably everybody's favorite section, the tea party. Of course, in the Golden Book, it's 2 pages. It's that. And you can see I had to put tape on it. This was the center of the entire book, I believe. I can't remember. But this one actually didn't have as wide a lines on each side to play with. So I actually widened the 2 of them. I don't know if you can see that. By adding an extra piece of paper tape on the back. I'll probably end up tea dyeing, spraying it so that it will look better. Like I said, I was doing this at 2:30 in the morning. This was paper that I had found. I can't remember who it's from. This is part of the Stamperia one. And what I did with that is that this right here is 1 Stamperia page. And then I made a little booklet with another paper with teacups and tea kettles on. And this paper and this little folio here are the same papers from the same company. I thought I had kept their little, yes. It was Echo Park, Happiness is Homemade by Lori Whitlock, which all of these teacup things in this one is amazing for Alice in Wonderland, because the original colors, this is in the original color, this one didn't get, this piece, yes, it did get tea stain, so you can't see what the original colors looked like, but they were all very, they were a little brighter. And I'm not one for yellow, but I really did like this page and added it in. So it goes from that page to this. And this was a female Mad Hatter from Jane Davenport. So I put that in there, and this paper I found, and I felt it sort of was okay to use with both of the teacup paper and the Jane Davenport to sort of make them cohesive. This was from Jane Davenport, and I did put it on here to make it like a tuck, but it's not very deep because of how I had to place things together. But I really do like that it came with a tab on it. This is the back of one of the Stamperia. I liked this back because it wasn't one of the card suits. Because the cards really only come in one section of this book. Now, if you go to the old one, the guards and the centuries or whatever they're called are throughout the book. But, because they do work for the queen and you see her more than just playing croquet. But I liked this because this will be able to be a good page to work on with something. This is the Stamperia Tea Time page. I love this page, but I think she looks like a zombie or like somebody's taken her soul in this. That's all I have to say. I like these characters. They look amazing. I think she looks like she's stoned or something. Not sure what. And I know we're all mad here, but she looks like she needs to be in an asylum. This is the Golden Book page with their Mad Hatter and their rabbit. Now we go on to the croquet match. This is from the 5 Minute. I made it an opening here. As you see, I had to cut part of her head off. I did a lot of piecing of pages here to get to this point, because on the back of this page was the Mad Hatter page, and I like their Mad Hatter, and I plan on working him into some of the ephemera that I'm going to stick in here, some of the cards or whatever. So I wanted to cut him out, so that's what I did. I cut him out and then pieced everything back together, making sure that I didn't cut any of Alice or the Queen, but I did end up cutting the Queen. I cut her head off, so I don't know if I'm going to try to fix that, or there's another picture of her from like the back cover. I don't know if it's the same scale, so I can just cut it and match it up, but we'll try that when I'm not as tired. This is the Golden Book croquet match. This is Alice running off with your head. This is her final, Golden Book's final page. And it says she woke up from her strange dream, and the 5-minute book said, and she thought that was a very strange sleep indeed, which I thought was a really good ending for that. And it does, it carries it over. And then this was one of the extra pages from Stamperia, and I believe it's supposed to go in the front of the book, but I used it in the back. And I think we'll be able to do some stuff with that. So those are my 3 signatures. I'm going to end up doing the binding for it. Now, I do want to show you a couple more things. Let's just get these out of the way. I did cut out a lot of teacups and tea settings from antique books. Now, these antique books, like this one is from, I think, 1990. So it's way out of date for anybody who does antiquing. You need up to date. And now the internet gives you so much room for that nobody needs to use these, because you can get all your information on pricing for antiques right on the internet, unfortunately. So I'm very familiar with antique books. We had these all over my house for guns, for dolls, for other antiques. My family, I'm from a family of antiquers, junkers, whatever you want to call us. My great uncle was in the antiques business. He was also a very well-known auctioneer in the state of Maine. And I went with him on weekends. My father would drive him to different auctions. So I know the process pretty well. These books have beautiful pictures in them. Not in color necessarily, but great for pulling things out of to put on your stuff. This one is all paper with no color. So what I would probably do with this is I'd probably take out my watercolors and do a little inking up of it, or ink, and do that. So I have not cut this book yet. This one didn't actually have as much stuff as I wanted in it. But yes, it does have a lot of these great pictures that if you were looking for a violin, there's a violin. Cards, playing cards, all different playing cards. You know, I may end up cutting that out. Dolls, you know, American stuff. I did use a different book and cut out a lot of stuff from there. Now, the other thing I have is this. I have about 12 of these books. They came from a very, very, very good friend of my husband's. My husband's name is Mark. His name is Mark. Mark is really big on going places and collecting things. And at one time, I believe he was collecting vintage posters. He still could be. But he gave Mark gave my Mark these Hollywood poster books. And these are from auction, so they're auction books. These are gold, people. Three Alice in Wonderland sheets that I'll be able to cut out. But I'm not going to cut them. I don't want to cut anything out of this book. I am going to copy them. And I believe that this may be where I start doing my my download files for people to purchase, or as gifts, free things. And if you're looking for any specific poster, please feel free to ask, because I probably can find at least one in here. I mean, even strange posters. So this is the one that I found. I mean, Fleischer Studios, Paramount. I mean, those don't exist anymore. So, I mean, they have all kinds in here. I don't want to lose my Alice in Wonderland page. But look at this. I have one whole book that's just Westerns. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I guess he was the first Incredible Hulk or something. So I just wanted to show you guys these beautiful, beautiful books I have here. And I believe that most of them are old enough that I will be able to use them. If somebody wants to help me with that copyright crap, I would love it, because I don't know what I can and can't do with these books. I'm sure if I were just using them, but I don't know if I actually can make them into digital uploads or not. So any help with that, I would love it. I want to start getting into that, because I have a lot of stuff that can go digitally in books like this, very old books, or copies of old books. And then this one, Vintage Hollywood 5. That picture on the front, Claire Bow. I mean, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? The green and the red hair. Now that's art. That's art. And here is actually Alice in Wonderland lobby cards from the live action they did in 1933. So I do want to copy those and get them into this too. But like I said, I have lots of these. I have a lot of these books. And can you come up with a, like Dr. Cyclops? Who knows that movie? Of course, we all know King Kong and Dracula. But if anybody's looking for any specific movie, please feel free. There's another Alice in Wonderland. I didn't even know it was there. Some of them have indexes, and some of them you literally have to flip through. But losing this kind of art here in the United States is very sad to me. I mean, people actually drew this. They're not just pictures. And it's sad to see that paper stuff like this is going away. So there's my little rant. I did want to, if nobody has ever seen these, the Antiquarian sticker book and the Bibliophile sticker book are must-haves. Must-haves. I already have things tabbed in here. There's a Cupid in here for something else I was doing. But look, some of them are weird, like why are these guys floating out there? But these books are absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. I have cut out of these because these, I don't care about this backing. It's got it's not paper, so I don't think you could use it in a journal. So yeah, but they even have like H, horse, of course. Oh, a magician with cards in his hand. So that, and then here's the rabbit. You could put that in Alice in Wonderland. Look at this girl who has a dress made out of books. I mean, isn't that awesome? So yes, these two books right here, must-haves. The Bibliophile came out after the Antiquarian. This one is my first one, so you'll see a lot more stuff out of it. These pages right here, they're hard to tell what is in there. Like there's still something hidden in it. I wish there was a way to know what was supposed to be on these pages, because there's a couple times I've gone to pull it off to try to figure it out, and then I realized I didn't want it, and it sort of has to go on a piece of paper until I can use it. But that's my only problem with this book. Only problem. And see, sometimes like I wanted to use that, but I put it on a bigger space to hold it. But yes, this one has beautiful, beautiful pictures. Tiger balm. That you can use for just about anything. Then there's like weird ones, like these weird creatures. I still don't know what I'm going to do with those. A lot of Art Deco pieces, animals, flowers. Once again, here's one of those pages that this is all triangles. I can tell that. This one had a woman in it, which I did use for something. But what's on the outside of it? Well, this might be a star. There's something here, but I can't tell what it is. So I don't know if they could write a note on the back of it saying, hey, this is what you should find in this sticker spot. But I did want to show you guys these. These are amazing. I love the letters. So I have found another sticker book. It's Sticker Studio Arcana. I love the stuff in here. But there's a huge problem. They're shiny. They're hard to work with, having this shine and then putting a sticker on the same page that doesn't have shine. So you pretty much either have to work out of the Antiquarian books. You can't switch, you can't put the same stickers on the same side unless there's some way to take off the shiny on this one. Their borders are also really big. Like every time I've used something in here, I've had to extra fussy cut them. But the thing I love about them, these. And these you can use. This paper right here is not shiny like the sticker book, like the Antiquarian ones. And their quotes are amazing. I mean, I will probably use these. As you can see, I have something here. I think it's because of the clocks and the watches. But there's great stuff in here. But like I said, you gotta fussy cut them out. That's why you will see that I've cut them out, because you do have to do some extra fussy cutting. Unless you're putting it on something that it doesn't require it. I mean, I don't know. Some people don't like their things cut close, but I sort of do. So yeah, you can see I cut out a key here, and I ended up having to... but they have some great... if anybody's doing a circus one, great circus stuff in here. Also a lot of women's fashion in this book. So I think what I'm going to do now is I am going to mock up some cards and some journal cards and get things set up, and then I'll get back to you in a third video on my Alice in Wonderland junk journal. So once again, this is Dawn Marie with Creative DME Designs, and I am so happy to be starting this process with you. So have a great day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.